Ethereum. Ethereum is a decentralized, open-source blockchain featuring smart contract functionality. ETH is the native cryptocurrency of the platform. It is the second largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization, after Bitcoin. Ethereum is the most actively used blockchain in the world. Ethereum was proposed in 2013 by programmer Vitalik Buterin. Development was crowdfunded in 2014, and the network went live on the 30th of July 2015, with 72 million coins pre-mined. The Ethereum Virtual Machine (EVM) can execute Turing-complete scripts and run decentralized applications. Ethereum is used for decentralized finance, and has been utilized for many initial coin offerings. In 2016, a hacker exploited a flaw in a third-party project called the DAO and stole $50 million of Ether. As a result, the Ethereum community voted to hard fork the blockchain to reverse the theft. And Ethereum Classic, etc. continued as the original chain. Ethereum is currently planning to implement a series of upgrades called Ethereum 2.0, which includes a transition to proof of stake and an increase in transaction throughput using sharding. Ethereum was proposed in 2013 by programmer Vitalik Buterin. Development was crowdfunded in 2014, and the network went live on the 30th of July 2015, with 72 million coins pre-mined. The Ethereum Virtual Machine (EVM) can execute Turing-complete scripts and run decentralized applications. Ethereum is used for decentralized finance, and has been utilized for many initial coin offerings. In 2016, a hacker exploited a flaw in a third-party project called the DAO and stole $50 million of Ether. As a result, the Ethereum community voted to hard fork the blockchain to reverse the theft. And Ethereum Classic, etc. continued as the original chain. Ethereum is currently planning to implement a series of upgrades called Ethereum 2.0, which includes a transition to proof of stake and an increase in transaction throughput using sharding. Several codenamed prototypes of Ethereum were developed by the Ethereum Foundation as part of their proof of concept series. Olympic was the last prototype in public beta pre-release. The Olympic network provided users with a bug bounty of 25,000 Ether for stress testing the limits of the Ethereum blockchain. In July 2015, Frontier marked the tentative experimental release of the Ethereum platform. Since the initial launch, Ethereum has undergone several planned protocol upgrades, which are important changes affecting the underlying functionality and/or incentive structures of the platform. Protocol upgrades are accomplished by means of a hard fork. The latest upgrade to Ethereum was Muir Glacier, implemented on the 1st of January 2020. The DAO event. In 2016, a decentralized autonomous organization called the DAO, a set of smart contracts developed on the platform, raised a record $150 million in a crowd sale to fund the project. The DAO was exploited in June 2016 when $50 million of DAO tokens were stolen by an unknown hacker. The event sparked a debate in the crypto community about whether Ethereum should perform a contentious hard fork to reappropriate the affected funds. It resulted in the network splitting into two blockchains. Ethereum with the theft reversed and Ethereum Classic, which continued on the original chain. The hard fork created a rivalry between the two networks. After the hard fork, Ethereum subsequently forked twice in the fourth quarter of 2016 to deal with other attacks. Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. In March 2017, various blockchain startups, research groups, and Fortune 500 companies announced the creation of the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance (EEA), with 30 founding members. By May 2017, the nonprofit organization had 116 enterprise members, including Consensus, CME Group, Cornell University's Research Group, Toyota Research Institute, Samsung SDS, Microsoft, Intel, J.P. Morgan, Cooley LLP, Merck KGaA, DTCC, Deloitte, Accenture, Banco Santander, BNY Mellon, Inc., and National Bank of Canada. By July 2017, there were over 150 members in the alliance, including MasterCard, Cisco Systems, Esperbank, and Scotiabank. Code name release date release Blocketh 2.0 Phase 0202012010 ETH 2.0 Phase 1 planned TBD ETH 2.0 Phase 2 planned TBD. Open source development is currently underway for a major upgrade to Ethereum known as Ethereum 2.0 or ETH2. The main purpose of the upgrade is to increase transaction throughput for the network from the current of about 15 transactions per second to up to tens of thousands of transactions per second. The plan is to increase throughput by splitting up the workload into many blockchains running in parallel and then having them all share a common consensus, so that to maliciously tamper with one chain would require that one tamper with the common consensus, which would cost the attacker far more money than they could ever gain from the attack. Ethereum 2.0, also known as Serenity, is designed to be launched in 3 phases. Phase 0 was launched on the 1st of December 2020 and created the Beacon Chain, a proof-of-stake POS blockchain that will act as the central coordination and consensus hub of ETH2. Phase 1 will create shard chains and connect them to the Beacon Chain. Phase 2 will implement state execution in the shard chains. The current Ethereum 1.0 chain is expected to become one of the shards of Ethereum 2.0. Characteristics. As with other cryptocurrencies, the validity of each Ether is provided by a blockchain, which is a continuously growing list of records called blocks, which are linked and secured using cryptographic hash functions. 4142. By design, the blockchain is inherently resistant to modification of the data. It is an open, distributed ledger that records transactions between two parties efficiently and in a verifiable and permanent way. 43. Unlike Bitcoin, Ethereum operates using accounts and balances in a manner called state transitions. This does not rely upon unspent transaction outputs, UTXOs. The state denotes the current balances of all accounts and extra data. The state is not stored on the blockchain but in a separate Merkle-Patricia tree. A cryptocurrency wallet stores the public and private keys, or addresses, which can be used to receive or spend Ether. These can be generated through BIP39 style mnemonics for a BIP32 HD wallet. In Ethereum, this is unnecessary as it does not operate in a UTXO scheme. With the private key, it is possible to write in the blockchain, effectively making an Ether transaction. To send Ether to an account, you need the KECCAK256 hash of the public key of that account. Ethereum accounts are pseudonymous in that they are not linked to individual persons, but rather to one or more specific addresses. Ether. ETH is the cryptocurrency generated by the Ethereum protocol as a reward to miners in a proof-of-work system for adding blocks to the blockchain. It is the only currency accepted in the payment of transaction fees, which also go to miners. The block reward together with the transaction fees provide the incentive to miners to keep the blockchain growing, i.e., to keep processing new transactions. Therefore, Ether is fundamental to the operation of the network. Each Ethereum account has an ETH balance and may send ETH to any other account. The smallest unit of ETH is known as a wei and is equal to 10 to 18 ETH. Ether is listed on exchanges under the ticker symbol ETH. The Greek uppercase Xi character, Xi, is sometimes used for its currency symbol. Addresses. Ethereum addresses are composed of the prefix 0x, a common identifier for hexadecimal, concatenated with the rightmost 20 bytes of the KECCAK256 hash of the ECDSA public key. The curve used is the so-called SecB256K1, the same as Bitcoin. In hexadecimal, 2 digits represent a byte, meaning addresses contain 40 hexadecimal digits. An example of an Ethereum address is 0xB794F5A0BA39613FFFBA74,279,579,268. Contract addresses are in the same format, however, they are determined by sender and creation transaction nonce. User accounts are indistinguishable from contract accounts in their address format and are used to receive both Ether and ERC20 tokens. Any valid KECCAK256 hash put into the described format is valid, even if it does not correspond to an account with a private key or a contract. This is unlike Bitcoin, which uses base 58 check to ensure that addresses are properly typed. Clarification needed. ERC20 tokens. The ERC20 token standard allows for fungible tokens on the Ethereum blockchain. Once implemented, tokens appear as contract addresses. Numerous cryptocurrencies have launched as ERC20 tokens and have been distributed through initial coin offerings. Fees to send ERC20 tokens must be paid with Ether. Gas. Gas is a unit of account within the EVM used in the calculation of a transaction fee, which is the amount of the transaction sender must pay to the miner who includes the transaction in the blockchain. Each type of operation which may be performed by the EVM is hard-coded with a certain gas cost, which is intended to be roughly proportional to the amount of resources, computation and storage a node must expend to perform that operation. When creating a transaction, the sender must specify a gas limit and gas price. The gas limit is the maximum amount of gas the sender is willing to use in the transaction, and the gas price is the amount of the sender wishes to pay per unit of gas used. The higher the gas price, the more incentive a miner has to include the transaction in their block, and thus the quicker the transaction will be included in the blockchain. If a transaction reaches its gas limit before it finishes executing, the transaction is reverted but the sender still pays for the gas used. Gas prices are typically denominated in GWE, a subunit of ETH equal to 10 to 9 ETH. This fee mechanism is designed to mitigate transaction spam, prevent infinite loops during contract execution, and provide for a market-based allocation of network resources. Comparison to Bitcoin. Ethereum is different from Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency with the largest market capitalization as of 2020, in several aspects. Bitcoin is a singular form of digital money where users can send, receive, and hold only Bitcoins. Ethereum is a smart contract platform which allows entities to leverage blockchain technology to create numerous different digital ledgers and can be used to create additional cryptocurrencies that run on top of its blockchain. For example, Ethereum can be used to create tokens that are pegged one with the value of the United States dollar called a stablecoin, if a user wanted to transfer or hold the value of dollars on the blockchain. Ether itself can also be sent, received and held as digital money. Bitcoin is aimed to only be money, compared with Ethereum where a goal is to also run applications like the Google Play or Apple App Store. Its block time is 13 seconds, compared to 10 minutes for Bitcoin. Mining of Ether generates new coins at a usually consistent rate, occasionally changing during hard forks, while for Bitcoin the rate halves every 4 years. For proof of work POW, it uses the Ethish algorithm which reduces the advantage of specialized ASICs in mining. Transaction fees differ by computational complexity, bandwidth use, and storage needs, in a system known as gas, while Bitcoin transactions compete by means of transaction size in bytes. Ethereum uses an accounting system where values in WEI, the smallest denomination of 1 Ether, 1 ETH equals 1018 WEI, are debited from accounts and credited to another, as opposed to Bitcoin's UTXO system, which is more analogous to spending cash and receiving change in return. Supply. The total supply of Ether was around 110.5 million as of the 16th of April 2020. In 2017, mining generated 9.2 million new Ether, corresponding to a 10% increase in its total supply. The shift to Ethereum 2.0 may curb the total supply of Ether. There is currently no implemented hard cap on the total supply of Ether. Governance. On social governance. Our governance is inherently social. People who are more connected in the community have more power, a kind of soft power. Vlad Zamfir, Ethereum core developer, The New Yorker. In October 2015, a development governance was proposed as the Ethereum Improvement Proposal (EIP), standardized on EIP1. The core development group and community were to gain consensus by a process-regulated EIP. Difficulty bomb. The difficulty bomb is a mechanism where the difficulty of blockchain mining began increasing in November 2016, from block 200,000. This onset is referred to as Ethereum's Ice Age, which was implemented as an incentive for the network to transition from a POW to a POS blockchain. A difficulty bomb was scheduled in February 2019 but was pushed back by developers. Markets and stores. Ether can be purchased and sold through regular currency brokers, cryptocurrency exchanges, PayPal, and many cryptocurrency wallets.